Hi, and welcome to my working table. My name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist. A couple of weeks ago, I treated myself with a course in dyeing with earth pigments and dyeing fabric and textiles and papers. These pigments are digged up from the ground and then they are made to powders to use for drying textiles, and it is all natural. You don't get dirty fingers or anything, and I really like the look of the colors. They are earthy, brown, ochre, yellowish, and so on, and that is quite up my ball game. Some of you have perhaps seen pictures of the fabric I dyed and printed on my Facebook profile, but there's some pictures there you can see if you want to see it. When I was done with all this dyeing and printing, I had some pigments left, and not to waste them, I had this piece of, it is quite heavy, it is cotton, and in Danish it is called stout. Yeah, I don't know what it is called in English, but it is thicker than the normal cotton I use. And you can see here the colors, they are so gorgeous in my opinion. And there's 1.4 meters here. So yeah, what to do with this long thing here? It was obvious I was going to embroider on it, so I think I will make a scroll. And I have this spool, or I don't know what it is called. It is not a bobbin, but I have a past as a tapestry weaver, and there I saved this somewhere from, I can't remember where, and I think it fits. It could be a little narrower, but I think it is okay, and when there comes stitching on, it will probably, I think this would be nice with this scroll here. So this video, and there will probably be a few more, will be about slow stitching, and if I can incorporate some bits and bobs of small kind of things and fabric. So I have been in my other box and digged out the smallest things I have left, and perhaps I can use them. What else do I want to say? I have absolutely no idea where this is taking me, but like it is with other things in life, you just have to start in one end and see what happens, and this is my plan for now. So I will start here. I have already started to see if I can stitch in this. It is quite heavy fabric, and the earth pigments too does that it feels, it is not stiff, but you need a very pointed needle to stitch here. So I will see if I can find a small piece and decide what to do here. This end is a little smaller, so I think I will keep that on the inside of the roll here. So I have started in the end that is going to be the most visible piece of the long strip here. And I have started with some seed stitches in a pearl cotton, thick pearl cotton, number 5 I think it is called. And then I have this small piece of fabric, I think look nice, and perhaps I can cut a thinner strip. It's really not the easiest thing. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Let me see here. Yeah, like this. There isn't room for much here. So I think I will have this piece there. And my plan is, this is quite heavy thread, and then I will go over to a thread that is not quite as heavy, and again a thin thread, but the same stitches. So I will just give it a small piece of glue just to know where I'm going to place it. It's not because it is meant to be glued down, but now I know I want to have it there. But for you who don't know what the seed stitches is, a seed stitch is a straight stitch that isn't straight, but the way of doing it is exactly the same as a straight stitch. You come up and then you go down like this. And then you come up another place. I'm so used to stitching in paper, so I don't have to pre-poke here, down here. And then you place them totally random. And that is the difficult thing for some people. I don't find it so difficult, but I have also sewn a lot of seed stitches. Here they are lying single. You can also do 2, where you have 2 that's parallel, or even triple, and you have 3 that's parallel. That looks quite nice too. I think I will make a bigger distance between them so I can come in with my my thinner thread, I was going to say. So perhaps I can let it hang there and take my, let me see here, I have 2 different, not this, yeah, this one here, that is a little not so thick. So let us try this. And it is also a little different in the color, and I like that. So you can play with the thickness of your thread, and if you're one who likes to embroider with the floss from DMC, you can always use 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5 strands depending on the look you want. And you can also mix them. If you have 2 colors, you can mix them. Take 1 strand of one color and put it together with 1 strand of another color, and so on. That way you can make the color graduate quite from light to dark, for instance, by taking 1 thread of the dark and 3 threads of, not 3, 5 threads of a light color, and sew with that, and then to do 2 dark and 4 light, and then 3 of each, and then the other way around. And that way you can make it like the value is changing on your embroidery, and that is a nice thing to do. I hope you understand what I am saying. Sometimes I'm missing words. I will continue with that thread here and be back when I change to a lighter one. I think this looks quite nice. You can see 2 different colors and 2 different thicknesses of the thread. The glue didn't stand here, so I put a needle in, but before I change to an even thinner thread here, I think I will secure this here, and I will just do some running stitches through here. I have this lovely silk. It is quite thin thread, so there's one thing I think it is important when you're doing this here. I'm sewing without a frame. What is happening here? And that means the fabric is, what can you call it? You mustn't tight your thread too much, then it will crumble or buckle. So and that is easier to do, to get it to lie flat if you have it on a frame, but it is impossible to have this on a frame. I think it is, and I'm also so used to stitching on to paper and heavy felt, so I seldom use a embroidery, not frame. I think it is called a embroidery hoop, perhaps, and not frame. It is a little too big, my needle, for this, I think, but it's me who is in charge here, so I will decide what is good. And go down. And this stitch here is the easiest stitch you can do, running stitches. And then I will go back same way, and don't care if the knot is lying parallel. And again, I will just secure that it doesn't wrinkle. Like this, and again turn it around. I think I can be four rows perhaps. Down here on the back. Yeah, I haven't showed you the back side of the fabric, and that looks very nice too. All these spots and dots. So let us come up here for the last time. Yeah, I'm nearly there. Down here, turn it around. Now it is sitting there, and I will just end my thread here. Like this. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. And then I will take an even thinner thread in these two and start here. That is just my quite ordinary cotton, beloved cotton thread. That's one of the advantages of doing many different things. Like me, I, for instance, has been weaving and knitting a lot. So I have a lot of yarns or threads that originally isn't meant for embroidery, but I I think it is so nice to use all kinds of different threads. It gives it a nice, your pieces a nice texture. And you use all kinds of threads. As long as it is possible to thread your needle with them, so I would really recommend you sewing with them or embroider with them. Yeah, I think I will continue a little and be back. So enough of these small seed stitches here, and I will just secure my thread by going up in the stitches here in the back. And like this. And you can see it lies nice and flat, and that is important. So I have decided to use this color here, and so these running stitches are going that way, so I think I will make the part here where they are going that way. So let me see if I can do that. There isn't room for much here. It's small. And 2 stitches. So let me see here. Yeah, there isn't room for some. Then I have to make them very small, and then you can't see them. So I think 2 will be what it would look like. Yeah, like this. Then I can make them close, the lines close together. Perhaps it is easier to do one side at a time instead of oh yeah. That is wrong. Then you have to unravel it like this. Like this here. Yeah, I can see if I can catch the same holes. Yeah, like this. And I think it is easier if I do one side at a time. And now I wish I could sew with both my hands, but I can't. This is really fiddling. it looks okay. So I will continue a little more, and perhaps I think I will stop the video here, or else it will be too long. It takes its time to do all this stitching, and it would be some very, very long videos if I didn't stop. But I will do a little more today, I think, and then I will be back next week, I think, if you like it, and if you want me to continue this slow stitching project. I don't know how exciting it is to see me stitching so much. Can you tell me that? That would be nice to know. Maybe I'll do a little stitching and telling a little more about what I have been doing through the week instead. I don't know yet, but if you can help me and tell me what you think is nice, that would be very helpful. So if you like what you're seeing, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. That would be very helpful for me, and I would be very glad. So until next week, take care, be creative. So bye bye for now.